Hello?
Hi, is that Lucas Browne, yeah?
Yes, mate, how are you?
I'm okay. My name's Mark from eBoxing News, and I've got Errol Jarrett here too. Do you mind answering a few questions for us?
No problem, mate, no problem.
Excellent. So how are you doing, Lucas? How's training been?
Training's been very well, gone very well. I'm basically the lightest I've ever been for a fight so far, which was 114.4 kilos, so it's a full kilo and a half under what I've ever been before, so I think that shows that I have been putting the work in and am very serious about the fight, so in terms of the prep and everything else, I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, that sounds great. So sparring went well as well, yeah?
Pardon?
Sparring has went well too?
Yes. I've been lucky enough to have a guy who's straight and been able to sort of duplicate the style of Towers and everything else. So I've had probably a year now with him. So luckily I've been able to sort of duplicate what Towers does and basically just prepare myself as well as I possibly could for the style of him, yeah.
Right, yeah, because this fight has fell through 2 times before, right?
Yeah, the first time unfortunately he had an injury of some sort to his ear. I fought an American after that. Then, the second time he just couldn't get into the country, and I fought an American again. So I really want to get this the Commonwealth title eliminator out of the way, so I can then head towards the Commonwealth title.
Yeah. So you fought James Toney, and he's a living legend. How do you feel about that?
It was good. It was good to get all the hype around it and the press and all that sort of stuff. Obviously, he talked a lot of shit, but didn't say a word after the fight. But that's what I do. I do my talking inside the ring. I don't do it outside. So, unfortunately, it's not as sort of as entertaining as other people with big mouths. But that's just not my style, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. It was a great performance, you know. It was a great, you know, to show, because he was a very awkward guy to try and hit. I could see you trying to land your big bombs, and you realised he was trying to draw you in. So he was trying to draw you in so he can counter you. Because I saw you how you got that cut. Was that cut drawn from a punch or was it drawn from a head clash?
It was a head clash. Yeah, I actually had 3 little ones. So I think 2 were from a head clash and 1 was from the actual gloves itself. Obviously he's very crafty, and I didn't want to get caught into any of his bullshit, so yeah, I stayed long and just stayed patient, and I think that's one of the things I do best, is actually not rush into anything. I'm quite patient with what I do. Yeah. And yeah, I do it well.
Yeah, you did. I saw it. Very good, man. I can see him drawing. You brought him into the centre of the ring, because you can see he likes to stand there, man. It was a great performance. I was going to ask you briefly, yeah. I know that, you know, obviously you're a boxer. You've done a bit of MMA, I heard.
Yeah, I started fighting in general at 30 years of age. I'm 34 now, so I've been fighting for 4 years, but I've been doing boxing full time for just probably about 2.5, 3 years now. So I realised pretty quickly I wasn't a kicker or a wrestler, and MMA wasn't really my thing. So I've transferred over to boxing, and pretty much from 2011 onwards I've sort of stuck full time with boxing.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. I mean, you put Australia on the map, man. I've looked some of your some big shows in Australia. The last couple of shows, man. It's built a nice fan base. I was watching some of the fights on YouTube, man, and it's some spectacular. And you're doing what heavyweight's supposed to be doing. You're knocking guys out, you know, and putting on the fans. You know, I appreciate it.
I've grown up watching Mike Tyson and things like that, and I've always, you know, liked the hype that he brought with with the knockouts and all that sort of stuff. Obviously, it's a bit of a mental craze outside the ring, but inside the ring, I've always admired what he did, and I like the style. You know, I don't like judges' decisions. So if the guy's lying flat on his back, then I've won.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Let me ask you quickly. I'm not too sure, and anyone's asked you. You know, you've got your tattoos. I'm not sure. Are they tribal? I'm not sure. Are they is it Aboriginally or is it Hawaiian? I wasn't too sure.
A big mixture of everything. A bit of Samoan, bit of Tongan, a bit of Marquesian, Aztec. Like, it's basically all sorts of tribals sort of put together. So I'm not exactly a tribal person of any sort, so I just thought grab a bit of what I like and put it all together.
You know, I thought it was obviously it means you're at war. It means like I was looking at it, because I see some of the tattoos when you're going to war. They have them tattoos, like, you know what I mean. I actually see.
That's right.
Yeah. That's what it seemed to me, and it's very intimidating opponent, boy. But So that's what I have to say about that. But go on, Mark. Go on for question.
Yeah, the other things that we've got to really just say is, so you're going to go out there tomorrow and you're going to really handle business, yeah?
Yeah, I'm here to do a job. I've been here for 2 weeks now, and I want to get home to my kids and my girlfriend and everything else, and there's just one more thing that I need to do before I go, so that's tomorrow night.
Yeah. The other thing that I've got to say, and I've got to say because I am from Liverpool, I'm from Liverpool, you're going to fight for this is the final eliminator for the Commonwealth title. Are you excited at the prospect for fighting David Price, should you get through this fight?
I'll start off by saying I'm sorry that you are from Liverpool, but sorry. No, in all honesty, I don't know if Price would actually take it. If I was to win the fight, I'm not sure if Price would take the fight, considering that his last 2 outings he's been stopped, and why would you want to take on a big puncher like myself? So obviously the first things first and get this fight out of the way, and then we'll see if he vacates or not. But I would fight him. I've got no problem with it.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose so. You know, you're a great fighter, Lucas, and we want to say thank you for,
I've got one more question, man.
Oh, no, go for it.
Kevin, I saw after your fight with James Toney, Kevin Johnson wanted to fight you. Is that a possible fight on Australia?
It was, or still is, yes. Obviously, management and Hatton and everyone else have their own little plan, and I sort of get told at the end. But I've got no problem fighting Kevin Johnson. He's another one with a big mouth that I'd like to shut up. So as long as he has some sort of something to bring to the table and rankings and things like that, I've got no problem fighting him at all. But if he does lose again or whatever and keeps dropping down the rankings, then there's not much point. So
you see your goal to be heavyweight champion, is that correct?
I grew up wanting to be the heavyweight champion of the world. Obviously, I didn't know that I was going to be a heavyweight when I was 5 or whatever it was, but that was, when I was growing up, that was sort of what you'd look for. I didn't know any of the lighter weights or anything like that. Everything was heavyweight. So I've always wanted to do that, along with other things which I can't mention. But that's one thing I've always wanted to do as a kid, and I've now got the opportunity to do it.
Yeah, man. It looks like you're on your way, man. I actually see you beating Towers, and obviously you know yourself, you know that already. But I think it's stamina. Yeah. I think because of the fitness that you can set a really fast pace, and I don't think you'll be able to handle the pace, man. But that's why I see. And obviously you got your own game plan, but the moment you start handling, obviously both of you can hit, but the pace. It's the 12-round thing you did with James Toney. That sort of experience you can't buy. It was very experienced. You can see, man, the way you adjusted and stuff like that.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 times I haven't knocked someone out have been 12-round fights. So I know what it's like to go through a 12-round fight. Obviously, as you said, James Toney is very crafty, so it wasn't like a walk in the park. I had to be on my guard the entire 12 rounds. I have the knowledge, knowing that I've done it. He hasn't, and I think the longest he went was Gregory Toney, which, that was a questionable fight to begin with.
Yeah.
I will, as you said, we'll push him and see how far before he cracks.
Yeah, when he starts I think he starts mauling you and grabbing and holding on and that. I don't know how, is the ring really big, or what's the size of the ring?
I'm not too sure. I haven't seen the ring yet, but really, when we get 2 big boys like us, we take 2 steps and we're on the ropes anyway. So.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. All right, Mark. Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
So thanks for the interview, Lucas. Hopefully we'll be able to get in touch with you, or we'll ask your manager anyway if we can get in touch with you again sometime after the fight, and then we'll talk about the post-fight. Do a post-fight interview maybe if your manager's all right with that. But
it'll have to be on the night after the fight, like pretty much straight away, because I'm going straight from the fight back to a hotel in Manchester Airport. Mm-hmm. So if you do want to get a hold of it, it'll have to be sort of pretty much straight after the fight.
Oh definitely.
No problem. Yeah.
All right, Lucas. Thanks, man.
Thanks. Yeah. Thank you for the interview.
No worries at all.
And have a good night's sleep and get ready for war.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
No problem, Lucas. Take care.
No, thank you. Take care, pal.
Bye.